And there you have it. Brakes and rotors installed, 04 Dodge Ram. Not much to it. Fairly simple job. Probably rotate the tires too. Might have to pull it outside for that though. In this vehicle, the wheel bearings are part of the hub. They do not appear to be serviceable. A good way to check your hubs or wheel bearings is to lift the vehicle up. And in this particular situation, we have access to the bearing. And if we give it a little wiggle, you see that ever so bit of play there? Well, there's your problem. Next up, wheel bearings. Today we're doing wheel hubs or wheel bearings on a 2004 Dodge Ram 1500. This truck is a two-wheel drive truck, but it does actually take the same part number front hubs as a four-wheel drive truck. Shouldn't be too much to do. Let's get started. We will start by removing the two caliper bolts. Once we have the two caliper bolts out, we will go ahead and remove the caliper bracket. We will also try to slightly compress the pistons on this one, just so it makes it a little bit easier to put back together. By putting these lug nuts back on, we will have the rotor more secure, which will just make everything else a lot easier. These two bolts are out. We should be able to pull this guy right off, just like that. Now we will go back, get these two guys off, get this whole bracket taken off, and then we should be able to access the hub after that. Before we remove the three bolts that hold the hub on, we will remove the ABS sensor. Just held on there by an Allen key. With the ABS sensor removed, all that is holding the hub on is these three bolts. Go ahead and use the short socket. Sweet. I don't know if you can hear that, but those are gunshots. Okay, so what we have here is a very dirty part. What we will do, because we want a nice mating surface here for the new hub, so we're just going to clean this up a little bit. Just be careful not to bite in too much. I normally wouldn't use a drywall sponge, but I have one and it works, so we're using it. there is supposed to be a dust shield here. It does appear the previous owner misplaced it when they replaced the hubs. Maybe one day we'll get one to put back on it. With it all clean, we will now reinstall the part. Point the ABS sensor in the same spot it was. Always put the torque wrench on it. Now that we have the new hub torqued on, we will run the new sensor back over. It looks like we can pop this out here. Hopefully we have the same type of plug. It looks like we're pretty close. Oh, there's that. And because we have the rotor held on with these 3 lug nuts, it does allow everything to line up a lot nicer, and you don't have all that wiggle that you normally would without it. And we're done. Not much to it at all in this truck. If you've ever done your own rotors, it's 3 extra bolts to get the hubs off. Just make sure when you put it all back together, everything is nice and tight. If you do have an ABS sensor, make sure it's plugged in on both ends. And that's it. We'll get everything cleaned up, pulled out, and we'll see you next time.